capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Play action. It's Smith. Open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end.
Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
Go off a handoff here to Swift.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The Lions had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
On 2nd and 9, Goff flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
If
they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Out to his left. He's got this, complete to Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
From the 17, Goff to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 1st down, it's Smith. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly proved to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Here
Smith. Past the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Second and 11.
Now it's Smith. The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, to end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Right side to Williams.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
A give for Walker running right. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Lions will take over. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
From the 9, second and 5.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Goff. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And his kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
On second down, it's Walker.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 35.
Give to Walker on the read option.
Oh, look at the juke. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Back to throw, Smith.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Amani Oluwarie. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
The Goff's throw taken in by Chark.
The Lions now are going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Loaded with talent, DJ Chark hasn't been able to stay on the field to replicate a Pro Bowl season from 2019. Detroit gave him a big one-year prove-it deal to see if he can recapture that form, and he comes through here with a first down catch.
Play action, it's gone. Williams brings it in.
And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to find Waller. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now gone. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. Touchdown, Detroit. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, caught at the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, magical spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down. Smith. This is the tight end Fant. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Play action. It's Smith. Going right back to Fant. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44.
Again, Smith. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Aiden Hutchinson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's Williams to return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. After the run, Goff going to throw. And this is caught by Williams. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And maybe a little over-pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. First down, and they go with Swift again. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
quick throw complete to Chark. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Value three.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. 48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
Swift.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
They'll run with Swift.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
They will run it with Swift here.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. The extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They snap it to Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Third and 2. Goff. And Waller taking it in over the middle. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He's got it to the 43 here. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. They'll run right here with Swift.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Goff going to throw it. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now Geno. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Geno now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. He'll find Metcalf. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Smith. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Seahawks 14.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Go off a handoff here to Swift. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Detroit, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week.